Thanks to Gearbox Software for sponsoring this video and helping us bring Sajuuk to bear. Homeworld 3, the latest entry in the legendary space opera, will be released on May 13th, 2024, with the Fleet Command Edition giving early access today, May 10th. Available on both Steam and the Epic Games Store. Lead fleets of capital ships, escorts, and starfighter squadrons into stunning interstellar battles, utilizing ancient ruined megaliths to create new tactical opportunities, all while uncovering a mystery on the edge of civilized space. To command your forces in the next interstellar war, a link to Homeworld 3 can be found in the description.
Over 300 years ago, a satellite detected an object under the sands of the Great Desert. An expedition was sent and found an ancient starship buried in the sand. Deep inside the ruin was a single stone that would change the course of history forever. On that stone was etched a galactic map, and a single word more ancient than the clans themselves: Hiigara. The clans were united, and a massive colony ship was designed. Construction took 60 years. It demanded new technologies, new industries, and new sacrifices. But every mind was focused on their true origin in the galaxy, and every effort dedicated to the construction of a ship that would seek it out amongst the stars. For over 300 years, the memory of this mothership has guided the Hiigaran people, long after the last of the exiles departed its holds and stepped onto the surface of their home. It is a powerful memory, one evoked in times of struggle and hardship, reborn in the face of emergent dangers. And now it is needed again, for a new class of mothership has been constructed. Vessels that must once again carry every hope of the Hiigaran people. They have been named Sajuuk. As the third class of mothership to have been constructed across the history of the Hiigaran people, the Sajuuk class incorporates design elements from its two famous predecessors, both the original Kushan mothership and the Pride of Hiigara that served as the flagship of the Hiigaran Navy during the Vega War. But the design has also been heavily influenced by the progenitor starship captured in the final days of that latter conflict, Sajuuk, from which this new class of mothership takes its name. The design maintains the familiar elongated, vertical orientation of its forerunners, often evoking comparisons, with varying levels of fondness, to a type of yellow fruit grown on Hiigara. Its broad, flat frame possesses a distinct, angular silhouette, however, and a notably more aggressive appearance. This new arrangement offers improved protection for its systems and crew, without compromising the unique role of a fleet mothership. Though its exact specifications remain classified, analysts and observers believe the Sajuuk class to have a height of roughly 2.6 kilometers, a length of 1 kilometer, and a width of 187 meters. Operating within the Hiigaran Navy, the Sajuuk class functions as a command and control vessel and technology demonstrator. It can serve as the flagship of any battle group or larger fleet, coordinating operations across even multiple star systems. The vessel is also a supercarrier, housing and deploying a wide array of both strike craft, corvettes, and support vessels. Larger warships are likewise able to tether themselves to the mothership's hyperdrive, enabling entire fleets to perform far longer coordinated hyperspace jumps. But the mothership's most distinct capability lies in its extensive onboard foundries, production lines, and manufacturing bays. Like its predecessors, the Sajuuk class also serves as a mobile shipyard, producing squadrons of smaller strike craft to kilometer-long warships. This capability allows the class to also be deployed independently and construct its own escort fleet over the course of its assignment. Within Hiigaran naval doctrine, the Sajuuk class provides unrivaled power projection, ensuring that the Empire's national interests are protected across the galaxy without the need for local bases. It is a powerful deterrent against hostile action, and helps secure the free passage of military and civilian shipping in strategic trade lanes or contested areas. In times of crisis, it can also provide sustained assistance and disaster relief. The Sajuuk class's interstellar mobility is essential in fulfilling its role for the Hiigara Navy. In the class leader, the Ka Sajuuk, this was provided by the 3 hyperspace cores, ancient relics left over from the time of the progenitors. The Ka Kushan, by contrast, and any other subsequent vessels of the class will instead use locally developed synthetic cores, a critical advancement within the field of hyperspace. A secondary standard hyperdrive and sublight engines mounted along the ship's stern allow for more conventional travel when use of the cores is unwarranted. For more precise maneuvering at sublight speeds, the Sajuuk class utilizes an advanced reaction control system able to completely reorient the ship in only seconds. The class's offensive armament is extremely limited, consisting primarily of 8 rapid-fire railguns that provide interlocking fields of fire from batteries situated across the ship's hull. These are intended mainly as a last resort against incoming missile fire or strikecraft squadrons. In the types of major fleet actions for which it has been designed, the Sajuuk class is expected to rely on its escort fleet rather than engaging in combat directly. When this is unavoidable, the ship possesses launchers for advanced fusion missiles and can deliver a single, powerful strike. Against incoming fire that cannot be intercepted, the Sajuuk class must rely on its advanced armor systems, derived from progenitor materials science. Extensive hangar facilities and manufacturing systems span the length of the vessel's hull, a portion of which is temporarily decoupled from the main structure when larger objects or starships are deployed and received. Other, smaller access points accommodate less intensive operations and transfers. Almost any natural resource can be refined and processed here, from the raw mineral deposits found in asteroids and planetoids, to the various kinds of gas and particulates common in interstellar nebulae. Enormous, phased disassembler arrays housed within the ship then break down these materials into their component elements to be quickly sorted and housed in a honeycomb of storage shells situated across the ship. When not in use, stored materials can serve as another layer of improvised armor. These resource units can then be swiftly injected into the vessel's manufacturing centers, producing whatever template of starship or support vessel that might be required. The design of the Sajuuk class began in the immediate aftermath of the Vega War. The Hiigaran Empire had emerged from the conflict as the last remaining superpower in the galaxy, and was invigorated with new technology captured from the Vega or inherited from the ancient progenitors and Bentusi. But above all, the great network of hyperspace gates had been unlocked, opening up vast swaths of the galaxy. The Empire was uniquely positioned to secure a hegemony over this network, and the Sajuuk class would be the means by which this was achieved. Its subsequent construction was not without controversy. The role of the Navy in galactic affairs was sometimes contentious, especially now that the Empire possessed a galactic monopoly over the 3 hyperspace cores. Careful scrutiny was also leveled against the near-legendary figure of Karan Sajet, who had been physically and mentally integrated into the previous 2 designs of Mothership. It was naturally assumed her pivotal role would continue in any new vessel. But this place of prominence made her enormously powerful and influential within the Empire for centuries, a state of affairs some factions found concerning. But the discovery of a strange and potentially dangerous anomaly in the gate network fundamentally altered the strategic equations guiding the debate, and made the construction of a new mothership a necessity. The Ka Sajuuk, first of its class and flagship of the Hiigaran Navy, was constructed across the final decades of the 9600s and deployed in 9706. It was sent to investigate the anomaly, but neither the Ka Sajuuk, Karan Sajet, or the tens of thousands of crew assigned to the mission ever returned. The loss of this mothership and the 3 hyperspace cores it carried aboard was a disaster for Hiigara. But now, for the first time, the nation possesses the means to overcome it. Synthetic hyperspace cores have been developed by a team led by Karan's own protege, Imogen Sajet. To house them, a second vessel of the Sajuuk class, the Ka Kushan, is in the final stages of construction. When complete, it will set out to follow the path Karan left behind, seeking out the cause of the anomaly and any survivors from that first, ill-fated expedition. It will be a dangerous journey, one that only a mothership can survive. The Hiigaran Empire today is a colossus that spans the core of the galaxy, a new hegemon whose wisdom and power will shape the future of countless civilizations. It is difficult to imagine a more unlikely course for a people whose modern history began with the discovery of a ruin, half hidden beneath the sands, on a dying, desert world. It is a state of affairs that brings with it new responsibilities and requirements. Yet with the means to produce their own hyperspace cores, the total reliance on the ancient technology of the progenitors has finally been shattered. The car Sajuuk was supposed to be the first and only of its kind. Now it is only the first of its class. Others may follow in the model of the Sajuuk, or perhaps some new evolution. Much has changed since their ancestors sailed the deserts of Karak, but the Hiigarans remain a civilization of explorers, nomads, and wanderers. Such a people will always feel the pull of a great journey, and forever need a mothership.
Thanks again to Gearbox Software for sponsoring this investigation into the galaxy of Homeworld. To get your copy of Homeworld 3 out May 13th or May 10th with early access, be sure to follow our link in the video description. And when you find yourself on the edge of the frontier, remember, all that moves is easily heard in the void.